straight from the O2 in London. 10 rounds for the undisputed Women's Middleweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, joining Adam and Ben on the couches, please welcome the head of Salida Promotions, Dimitri Salida. And introducing the first half of our main event Saturday night from Hartlepool, England, the undefeated knockout artist and the reigning, defending WBO Women's Middleweight Champion of the world, Savanah, the silent assassin, Marshal. And her opponent, from Flint, Michigan, USA, the two-time Olympic gold medalist and the undefeated, reigning, defending WBC, WBA, IBF, and Ring Magazine Women's Middleweight Champion, Clarisa, the Conf, Sheilds.
So what is happening, the fight that everyone is literally talking about. Dimitri, I'll come straight to you first. Tell me why you think your fighter wins on Saturday night.
Clarisa is a generational athlete. She's proven that much as an amateur, as a professional. She envisioned the greatness of women's boxing when she was a kid, growing up in Flint, which is one of the most challenged cities in the United States. As a little girl, she made a choice every day to go to the gym, to stay away from all the negative influences, and to become a two-time Olympic gold medalist. Never before done in the history of the sport. As an amateur, Clarisa is 77-1 with more than 10 knockouts. Savanah Marshal also had a good amateur career with 0 knockouts. So, pound for pound, Clarisa, in her pro debut, fought Franchon Cruz, who's the unified super middleweight champion of the world. Ever since thereafter, she's fought a very high level of competition. Savanah Marshal also had her journey and her path to professional title, and to the stage, she has scored 10 knockouts as a professional, and obviously the level of competition has been very different from Clarisa's and Savanah. So Savanah is a good puncher, however, judging by her amateur and professional career, I don't know if that's a true, real number compared to Clarisa's. And we're going to see that on Saturday night.
Ben, do you want to counter that with your fighter?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Clarisa Sheilds, you can't argue with Clarisa Sheilds what she's achieved. She truly is, at the moment, the greatest woman of all time. I really do believe that. What she's achieved in the Olympics, what she's achieved professionally. But this fight is a massive fight because at least half of the people in there believe that Savanah Marshal is going to win on Saturday night, and that comes from hard work, that comes from an unbelievable relationship with Peter Fury and Mick Hennessy, who helps me with her, and the way she's developed during the professional career has been nothing short of astonishing. We believe she's now the biggest name in UK female boxing. We believe after Saturday night she's going to be the biggest star in women's boxing. But this is an incredible fight, and for me, if anyone says that they can predict what's going to happen on Saturday night, they are lying. They are completely...
It's one of those fights, isn't it? You chop and change all the time.
Without a doubt. Both fighters believe, without a doubt, they're going to win. Both camps believe, without a doubt, they're going to win. But I spoke to Adam about this. We have no idea.
No idea. Absolutely no idea. And I was around, 10 years ago. We go back to 2012 again, before the Olympics in May when they met. The only defeat ever for Clarisa through all the amateur fights, all the amazing professional fights and achievements she's had. Savanah Marshal inflicted it, and finally we find out a decade on, and we all know Savanah's story and how she had to rebuild her confidence, and she went out to America and came back, hooked up with Peter Fury, and it all is going right for her. Last couple of years have been incredible. She stands as the world middleweight champion, but she's got to beat Clarisa Sheilds again, and she's got to do it in front of everybody on Saturday night. The O2 is going to be packed, the world's going to be watching. Can she do it again as a professional, or is Clarisa Sheilds really the greatest of all time? She certainly is, as Ben has said, unbelievable performances, superstar qualities. She's transcended boxing. But Savanah Marshal hits extraordinarily hard, and we cannot pick this.
One thing I will say about Savanah Marshal is we have not seen that level of power. She's an incredible boxer, but that level of power before in the sport. And when we talk about women's boxing transcending, going into the mainstream, Savanah Marshal is what we need. Savannah Marshall's selling out arenas. Savannah Marshall is a local superstar. Savannah Marshall is now a national hero. We've not had that before in women's boxing. We've not seen that level of interest. We've not seen a ticket seller like her before in women's boxing. And that's what makes this so special. And timing is everything. Timing is everything, and this is timing for Savannah. And it's going to be unbelievable on Saturday night. And I believe this fight will break all Sky Sports viewing figures.
Well, I'll come back to you guys in just a second. Let's get the fighters in. Clarisa, we saw you 5 weeks ago when the fight was due to take place first time around. And you seemed pretty confident then, but there's something about you this week. You seem even more confident. Is that the case?
I think when you work hard and you put in extra work with more time and you know that you've done your homework and that you are very prepared, that's what builds confidence. People have fake confidence to where they don't work hard, to where they just show up just to sell the fight. But it's like, I know what I'm capable of and I know what I'm going to do Saturday.
There seems to be an air of instability around Clarisa. Could she come up short on Saturday night? Is she going to come up short on Saturday night, Savanah?
100%, yeah. I think she does, yeah. She comes up short. I believe I'm the better boxer than Clarisa. I believe I always have been. And I cannot wait. Saturday couldn't come quick enough. We had a 12-week camp, 5-week pushback. I'm just itching to get in there now.
How was that 5-week pushback for you? Because I think you said you weren't sure how it was going to go, how long it was going to feel. But what have you used that time for?
Well, if anything, it's helped ticket sales. It's just one of them things that can't be helped. You've just got to get on with it. And it's just made me more hungrier, really.
Clarisa, what sort of game plan are you expecting Savanah and Peter Fury to bring on Saturday?
Of course, we're gonna talk about the punching power, so we're not gonna leave it out there. She'll try to come out there and land the big shots. She may want to fight on the inside, she may want to fight on the outside, but she wants to just be able to touch me and land. That's really all I see. But it's a boxing match. I may get hit in there, but if she thinks she's not going to get hit, she's mistaken. If she thinks she's still a better boxer than me from 10 years ago, she's mistaken. But we're going to let her think whatever she wants to think and do whatever she wants to do, because I'm going to adapt and do whatever I have to do to win and make the fight easy.
This week, you've been talking about knockouts. We haven't really heard you mention that before. It shows your intent. Savanah, what do you reckon to that?
Yeah, I reckon she can try. She can try and knock me out, she can try me, but if you've got it, you've got it. If you haven't, you haven't. It is what it is.
That's not true. You fought against girls 3-25, 11-75, 11 wins, 75 losses, 3-25. You supposed to knock them out. No lie. You supposed to knock those girls out. But when you fight against 24-0, 10 knockouts, 21-0, 10 knockouts, girls of that caliber, it's very hard to knock them out. And that's why it's going to be hard for you to knock me out.
Why is it very hard to knock them out?
What do you mean why it's hard? Because they're competitive.
If you land on someone, you head them.
If you land on a bum,
what? And that means
you land on a bum. Have I been knocked out?
I'm not talking about you.
How about what I fought against other world champions who had knockouts like you and I haven't been knocked out?
They go down. If you land on them and you've got
landing on bums, girl.
They're not going to go anywhere.
You landing on bums.
What? And that means that you can't go down.
I would love to see you do it Saturday.
You couldn't knock Emma Cozen out, you couldn't knock Hannah Rankin out.
You couldn't knock Emma Cozen
That's why.
Where's
that? Let's just put it this way. 12-0 as a pro, you haven't learned to finish anyone.
Say it again, baby. 12-0. I'm about to be 13-0. I'm about to be 13-0. I ain't changed the subject. It's okay, you can say whatever you want to say, but I'm better than you. I've been better than you since I was 17.
Why can you beat me then?
Didn't I win the Olympics?
We're talking about that.
Yeah, we are. And we're going to talk about something that happened 10 years ago. We're going to talk about the Olympics. Where I won no money after losing. So I lost.
Olympic.
Hold on. I lost.
Control it.
I lost. 2012.
Steady.
2 months later, won the Olympics. Then, 2014 World Championships. You were there, sweetheart. Gold medal again. 5 days back to back. Walked through them. My bad. 2016 World Championships. We there again, boo. Oh my God. Not Clarisa got a gold again. And then the Olympics, oh my God. Was you there? Yes. Watching me be gold medalist again. And you better than me? How? You cannot live off something that happened 10 years ago. And we both been pro 5 years, sis. I'm a 12-time world champ. Oh my God. Stop.
Where we at now?
Stop. Let's be facts. Let's
Finish anyone?
I'm gonna finish you.
Wow, that's questionable.
I'm gonna finish
That is
you.
questionable.
I don't like you that much. Look, you had one hard training camp, this camp, and then you think you ready?
I always thought I was ready.
Why you ain't signed a contract in 2018 then? You
Look at
ready?
this, Clarisa.
Look at this. It does not matter. 2018.
We're gonna
Who
fight
else? You want to be a world
what?
champ. You want to be a world champ, right? You want to be a world champ. You're a world champ now. But was you a world champ in 2018?
I wasn't a world champ.
19.
Look how we've built it up. Look how we've built it
21.
up. Use the one brain cell in your head. Look at them.
Right. 5 years in a row. You want to be a world champ so bad, but when somebody sends you an offer, but you turn it down. Five years on the world title. Congratulations. But I got 12 of them.
12 years, 12 and all. I haven't learned to finish anyone.
I finished 2 girls. You're gonna be the third. You're gonna be the third. Knockouts don't matter. Wins matter. And then you know that. Wins matter.
Hello?
Wins matter.
You're contradicting yourself. What's
Wins
going on?
matter. But you be talking about knockouts. I'm not all about knockouts.
What would you say?
I'm not all about knockouts,
You're
no
in
girl.
Kazakhstan winning the world title.
I'm gonna beat you whether I knock you out or not. I'm gonna beat you.
Self-control.
I'm gonna beat you. Look at her trying to be like a school teacher. Morning, self-control. Are you angry? Are you angry?
Savannah, Clarissa saying knockouts
Not
don't
even a little
matter.
bit.
Clarissa saying that knockouts don't matter. They matter to you.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
Of course they do. Rather, I'd easy have an early night.
Biggest
We're going to
one in
out
the
for 2
world.
rounds.
Are you going to knock Clarissa out?
I'm going to wreck Clarissa. She knows this. I'm going to wreck Clarissa.
You gonna what?
Hurt you.
I would like to understand more of what you say, but alright. First you just said it's gonna be the toughest fight of your life. Then it's gonna be a knockout. Then you're gonna knock me out in 2 minutes.
One said I was going to knock you out.
What?
When
Oh my God! Did you sit here lying in front of these people?
What it is?
Somebody sent me the clip where she said she's gonna knock me out in less than 2 rounds in 2 minutes. I see it with my own eyes.
We'll be your own
I see it with my own eyes. Is that
What it is?
Girl, you said it.
Saying over and over in your head. Are you going to knock me out? You're going to knock me out.
Because
Because
I want
knock your
I
mouth.
want you to stand
You
by
are
what you say.
petrified that I'm going to knock you out.
I'm not.
And that's why you keep
I'm not.
asking. Why you keep
I'm
going
not,
on and
because
on.
I want you to
That's
stand
why.
by what you say.
That's why you keep
You
saying.
don't have to lie to me.
Knockouts don't matter. Well, no matter what you know, you're not the light.
I'm a bully and you and then you knock me out. So I'm a bully, how? Because I stand up to you and then you get intimidated.
What's it? You've tried to intimidate at least 50% of the people in this room.
There is.
Bully
Everybody's
mentality.
like, what?
There is a lot of battle between you two, undeniably, a lot of needle. There's going to be very high emotion in the O2 arena. Clarissa, you're essentially going into the lion's den. Does that bother you at all?
Call me David and I'll walk out with her. We'll walk out with her head just like this. I'm not worried about you there, Marshal. I came over here. I'm a star in America. Don't get it twisted. I didn't have to come over here. I signed soon as Eddie Hearn said he didn't have Savanah Marshal no more. We started talking to boxing. We said, let's make this fight happen. Nobody was ever running from her. Nobody was scared to come over here and fight her. We was like, let's do it, because me and my team know I'm about that. And I'm gonna get busy on Saturday night. And she knows that too. So while you doing all this talking, you better come in there with that smoke. And you better punch as hard as you say you can, because if you ain't got no punching power, oh my God, it's gonna be a hard night for you.
All right,
Very, very
Clarissa, let's have your final words. Look at Savannah and say what you want to say.
I don't gotta look at her. She a bum. And I'm gonna show everybody on Saturday that it's skills to this, it's levels. I'm not about to play with her. She think I'm still 17. Girl, I'm 27. You about to learn. You about to get schooled. I'm about to Sugar Ray Leonard her.
Savannah,
Sugar Ray Leonard.
what do you want to say to Savannah? What do you want to
Sugar Ray Leonard, he Olympic gold medalist, unlike you.
Back in the Olympics.
Yeah, because we talking about the amateur love. We talking about the Olympics.
Oh, what's going on?
She's so mad. How people talking about the Olympics? She's so mad. She'll get the gold medal.
Let's have your final words. Your final
After I beat you, I'm gonna go and put Olympic gold medal on your neck, and then you can have it 2012. Go ahead, you want it.
I want the necklace. I'm after the necklace.
You want? Now you want the necklace, but it's fake. You want the necklace, but it's fake. All right. You want to be the GOAT so bad? I'm gonna buy you a necklace after this fight. It's gonna say "Silent Assassin." Shut your ass up.
what do you want to say? Final words.
There's nothing left to say. I can't wait for Saturday.
Yeah. Love you too, boo.
Pretty heated, Dimitri.
Pretty heated, and it is like Leonard Hearns, if you would. And Clarisa is like a Sugar Leonard. Being Olympic gold medalist, being an American star. Ben talked about filling out arenas. Clarisa has filled out arenas. In my life as a fighter, and being a fan of boxing, I have never seen an American star in the peak of their career willing to travel across the pond to fight their rival in their country. And that is what Clarisa is doing, and that is why she's the GOAT. That's why she has done what she's done, because that's what she is. She's a fighter. And the reason why this fight is being broadcast on Sky, which we're very grateful for, and on ESPN in the United States, is a sentiment of how big this fight is.
It is such a hard fight to call, Adam. What do you think it's going to come down to?
It's such a hard fight to call. I just want to echo what Todd said earlier, and Ben, the fact that everybody's worked together to get this on, this whole show. I mean, we've got obviously Marshal with Frank Smith here, with Alicia Baumgartner. We've had Todd up here, top rank our partners as well as boxer. And to have Dimitri over, obviously we covered a lot of Dimitri's career. He's a really good fighter. And it's great to be working together now again, and to have the opportunity to bring Clarisa over. You know, we've got to know her over the last few months, when she came to Cardiff, when she came to Newcastle. As she stopped traffic in Cardiff, she's magnetic, she's a wonderful personality as well as a fighter. You know, we know Savanah, we've been with Savanah for a long, long time, and I just think this is fantastic that the best are fighting the best. I've said to Ben already, I want a rematch, even a trilogy. Clarisa will laugh and say she'll make it easy, Savanah will say she'll knock her out. But I think this is going to be a really, really good fight. Remember, they've only got 10 rounds, it's 2-minute rounds, not 3 minutes, it's 20 minutes, it's short, it's sweet. Enjoy it, because it's going to be top level stuff, and I just hope it's as good as this whole promotion and that we can do it again.
It is a fantastic card from top to bottom. Let's just open up the questions to the floor. I believe we have some that you'd like to ask our fighters. Where are you?
Melissa's out here for Into Boxing. I've got 2 questions for both boxers. Starting with Clarisa, what does the profile of this event mean for women's sport, and more specifically for women's boxing?
It means a lot. You know, right now women's boxing is booming here in the UK, and they're giving us the equality, like with the good pay, the great venue, the great exposure. I've gained at least 200,000 followers on Instagram and all over my social networks, and it's just making women's boxing better. But it's showing that when you make the best fights, and you got, you know, people from the other side of the world who are world champs who got a little spice in there, that, you know, you can have great in women's boxing.
And Savanah?
Yeah, I think this fight is absolutely massive. For me, it is the biggest fight out there in female boxing. And I do believe, because it's the UK versus America, the clash in personalities, I think it's all added to it, and I'm just grateful to be a part of it.
I've got another question. Clarisa, what does it mean for you to be inspiring the next generation of female boxers?
I think representation is everything. Like, I may have not had role models to look up to when I was in the amateurs, but my dad told me that Muhammad Ali had a whole lot of kids, but only his daughter took after him, Layla. So when my dad said that, it just kind of registered to me. It was like, oh, okay. If Layla took after her dad, I want to take after my dad. That's why I started boxing. I didn't start boxing for me at first. It was just make my dad happy to live, so he can live some of his life through me, because he had been to prison a couple of times, and when he got out, he probably still could have boxed. He was like 45, you know, and he was still in good shape. But when he told me that he loved boxing and that, you know, that's what he wanted to do with his life, and he would never went to prison if he would have boxed, I just kind of thought he was telling me, you know, I want you to box, you know, to make me happy. And I guess so I signed up. And from there, I think that now other girls see me and they want to be like, whether they want to be loud or quiet, I'm always telling all the girls, like, be you, you know, but just don't let nobody change you, and go in there and fight your best, you know, every fight. And that's just what I think I represent.
Thank you. And Savanah, what does it mean to you?
It means everything. I was once that girl looking up to the likes of Nicola Adams, Tasha Jonas, and now they're commentating on Saturday night. So it's come full circle, and I know that there'll be young girls, even young boys sat there in the arena watching, and hopefully they'll be inspired to take up the sport, and that's something that I'm really proud of.
Tom Moore from Give Me Sport here. I've got a couple of questions for Ben. You mentioned that you expect this to break Sky Sports records. Obviously you've had some big fights under the boxing banner already, like, you know, Conf, Williams. Can you just elaborate on that?
I think why I said we broke records with the Eubank Williams fight. This fight's going to be available to everyone. It's on Sky Showcase, it's on Sky Main Event, it's on Sky Action. We've never had a rivalry like this. This is iconic. When they turned over, they had a dream to box, but they never had a dream to be superstars because it just wasn't possible. Now it is possible. They've paved the way, and the interest in this fight, what we've seen over the past week, the numbers, the way this is tracking, both fights, the whole card, we've never seen anything like it, and it's bound to break records. And to do it with a women's fight, that's a special moment for the sport. And with everything that's been going on, this is a groundbreaking moment for everyone involved. And testament to the past 5-10 years of investment into this sport is culminating on Saturday, and the interest is another level.
Sorry, if I can add to what you're saying, Ben, it is fantastic that we have this rivalry, and I have a lot of respect for Savanah Marshal for what she has accomplished. But just for objectivity and for the truth, Clarisa has been the first female athlete to do things that I've never done before, and she's the driving force of this fight. Even though she's from the United States, she's the first woman to win 2 Olympic gold medals. She's the first woman in the United States to headline on premium cable network television, which was in her second professional fight on Showtime. And she is the first woman to have several rivalries. The biggest women's fight of all time prior to this was with Christina Hammer, former world champion. And Clarisa just went to a different level on that night, and it was like the Matrix. It was truly incredible. And this is another rivalry. We were grateful for the rivalry, grateful for the support.
I think Savannah's a massive driving force in this, which is why it's in the UK, and it's why it's in the home of women's boxing, which is London. This could have been anywhere in the world, but it's here because we have a superstar that could come to the O2, 300 miles from her hometown, and have 15,000-20,000 people wanting to buy tickets, and that's because of Savanah Marshal.
Savanah Marshal is definitely a big part of this. Adam Smith is a big part of this, who's a big boxing guy who loves the sport of boxing, and who foresaw to give us this platform for women's boxing and for Clarisa, and to work with you, and the fact that all these promoters came together. Another guy that I want to give a shout out to is Marshal Kaufman, who is the promoter of Ron Carbon, sorry. And he worked very hard for it to get here. So we're very grateful for us to come together and to do this, and it's going to be a great night.
Aaron Davies, the mayor here. Just a question for Savanah. I see when Clarissa's even kind of trash talking you, you're almost smiling and laughing a bit. Do you think in a different world you two could maybe be friends?
I'd like to think we could be. Can we grab a coffee after?
Same question to you, Clarissa. Maybe not, or?
The thing is, this is the thing. In order to get respect, you have to give respect. In order for someone to be kind to you, you have to be kind to them. This is what I learned in my anger management class when I was a kid, okay? So, the fact that she's been mean to me, I've been mean to her, right? So after the fight, if she continues to be mean to me, I'll be mean to her.
Be mean.
If you fight that way against me, I'm gonna...
What was I mean?
It does not matter when it was. See, that's the thing. You like, it happened yesterday, it don't matter. I don't care if it was a year ago. You did it, you said it. It matters. What? It matters.
What you going on about?
You did it and you said it. It matters.
Someone asked you a question and
then I'm answering it, and then here you come. And then I'm answering the question, and then here you come. You want me to ask you?
Will we be friends? I guess not.
And I'm about to get to it, but then you were talking.
24.
You want to be friends after the fight?
If you want to be married, yeah, we'll be best pals.
If you can be nice, if you can be nice, Hannah Rankin is just such a better person than you. Doesn't make sense. Don't even talk about. That's my best friend.
How about my friend?
Yeah, that's my best friend for sure. You can be best friends with April. That's your best friend.
See what you started now? Now you want that? On the subject of April, I've got a question for Clarisa. So Clarisa, you haven't been knocked out, but you have been on the canvas. So do you not think your chin is just a little bit questionable?
What'd you ask me, April?
About your chin and being questionable. You have been on the floor.
You got dropped by Anna Gear rules. So
Yes.
punches along hard.
I'm so happy you watch my fights, April, because you should and you need to watch more. But what I will say is, it was a flash knockdown. It was my first time going to 160. I had a hard time making 160 coming to 68. I didn't take my diet serious and I got dropped. But guess what? I still won that fight unanimously, you guys, after being dropped the first round. Congrats to the champ. Congrats.
Also the fact
Congrats to the champ.
that with a good shot.
And I haven't been dropped since.
Who goes at 160? It was the fact that it was a flash knockdown.
Well, Hannah Garrett is at heavyweight right now.
Just say she caught
Hannah Garrett is at heavyweight right now. So that shows you that even though she's fighting at 54, she's a bigger girl and she's a bigger puncher. What are you talking about?
You're a natural.
What?
You shouldn't even be at middleweight. You should be at super welterweight. Savannah's too strong for you. She's gonna knock you out on Saturday night.
April, let me go ahead and tell you something, baby girl. You have no belts. You have no titles. And you already got your ass whooped. You already got your ass whooped already in your professional career. So what you need to do is focus on yourself and know that this beef is between her and I. You should just shut your little mouth and focus on beating the girl that and fight your way to a world title because guess what? In 4 fights, I was world champ.
Me too.
In 4 fights, I was world champ. 4 fights. So when you can do what I do, when you can do what I do, shut up, April. So you can do what I do, shut up. I don't know what you just said, but okay.
I think, ladies, we're going to leave it there.
I think it's been emotional to help you out. Like, girl.
Ben, final
take
words.
some estrogen.
Final words from you, Ben. I mean, that has just set everything up rather nicely, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, respect to both fighters. They are both trailblazers. They both achieved so much. What Clarisa has done in the sport is truly remarkable. The fact that Savanah Marshal can be up here and this be considered a 50-50 fight is testament to her as well. We've got an incredible fight on our hands. I want to thank everyone involved. I cannot believe we're 2 days away from this. It's going to be a special, special night, and I think it'll be a rivalry that the sport remembers forever.
Absolutely. Thank you, chaps, for your time. Thank you, ladies. We're going to take a minute and pause for the head-to-heads. It is night you don't want to miss on Saturday night at the O2 Arena. Make sure you join us tomorrow for the final face-off and the weigh-in. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, our main event Saturday night live at the O2 Arena on Sky Sports and ESPN Plus.
That was carnage. That was the best one yet. That was so good.
Savanah Marshal and Clarisa Sheilds, both undefeated, both world champions.
Sit down.
One will walk away with all of the belts Saturday night.
Do you want me to play them? Yeah, that's a good. They get shot. Thank you.
Our contest Saturday evening will also be for the inaugural WBC Elizabethan belt. Very few tickets remaining.
I did that. Oh, yeah. Hey? Oh, you hit too hard. Oh. Guys upstairs, you sit down. Guys upstairs, come down. Where's the backside?
Main card will begin at 6:30 p.m. here in London, at 12:30 p.m. in the United States.
We need to go through this back. Lovely.